Yo, what's up everybody? We're doing some more of the Umineko episode 8 playthrough today, and we are continuing, everything we left off of last time. We are seeing, the actually really quite surprising end to the party, obviously the vivid reality for what is actually happening in the situation with Angie, and, I think the show of, the fact that the world is fake in the worst possible manner, and obviously we have, everybody challenging Bern now, so that's going to be really cool, and Erika as well. I'm very interested to see what her involvement is going to be, so, yeah, honestly, I think we've got a lot to look forward to today, so, yeah, let's get into it. Right, so, they were now in the smoking room of the witches, the place where the witches once debated, schemed, and reasoned all they could. Yeah, definitely, though, yeah, this is the final game. Yeah, Bern Castle had been invited there once again, and the final game would now begin. Yeah. Do you have a game prepared? Hold up, let's just get a little bit of context before we jump in. Yeah, so they've left, obviously they've left the party room and, yeah. I find it really quite funny that this is actually described as a smoking room. I think that's a detail I've kind of always looked at, but I've never really commented on. It's hilarious though. It's such a interesting choice of, I don't know, ways of describing it. It's weird though. I do see how it looks like a smoking room though. That's the funny thing. Do you have a game prepared? Yeah, that's going to be really quite interesting. Oh, of course she does. That is interesting. And isn't it interesting to think that episode 8 will not have a happy ending in red? So I really do wonder how cruel and how absurd this game is going to be, of course. Yeah, that's interesting. I worked hard on this game and I'm pretty proud of it. Yeah, that's not a good thing. So Bern will be the game master and Battler and Berto will be the players. Will it be a normal game where Bern creates a murder tale and the two players have to reconstruct it with human tricks? Yeah, I do wonder. Yeah, but same here actually, yeah. Yeah, and isn't it really quite funny, as you can see there, a really quite smart strategy there, because if Beatrice has to actually, accept and, try to justify why a human had done it, she's instantly going to be at a disadvantage because of how little she's used to doing that. I'm interested to see what sort of scenario Lady Berncastle develops. Yeah. I really love that, Battler, for example, he has no remorse, he has no fear whatsoever, there's no emotion of doubt, it's just pure confidence and, maturity, really, it's amazing. We'll explain things with the blue truth and you'll knock those down with the red truth. Are we okay with, those rules? That's interesting. What game will be a simpler one? It's just a quiz of guessing the culprit. Oh, that's interesting. I don't feel like trading red and blue with you. Oh? Yeah, what kind of game will that be? Yeah. Oh my god, her reaction, if she actually is allowed to look at it, that's going to tell us a lot. What kind of game will that be? Would you mind letting me have a look at it first? Berncastle had her palm upwards, and a palely glowing fragment appeared. I'm actually surprised that she's letting Lambda see this. Lambda Delta brushed it with her hand and shut her eyes. Oh my god, so she's actually looking at everything that's going to happen in episode 8 here. I wonder, what is her reaction going to be? See? It's a simple game, isn't it? In the fact that everybody is potentially dead. Maybe everyone could actually be dead in the scene that Angie was in, and, she could be the one framed as the culprit. And to be honest, with Bern, I wouldn't be surprised because of how cruel she is. You're right. I'm sorry, but there is no reason that this is going to be fully straightforward. What is the catch? You're right, it's much more straightforward than the mind games these two played in the past. What? This isn't even a game about witches and how? That's right. Oh, that's interesting. That's right, this is a game about humans. Yeah, and obviously guessing the culprit, it's fully on the mystery side now, I suppose. What a surprise. No, I see that, yeah. What a surprise. The game Bern created to combat Beator's fantasy is a genuine mystery. Please explain. It's extremely simple. You'll watch the tale Bern has prepared for you. Yeah. それに従って読み解くことで、未知なる真実、すなわち回答が得られるようにできているの。There are several rules to it, but if you follow them as you read it through, it will lead you to a single truth, in other words, an answer. Oh, that's interesting. No, I totally see that, yeah. So it's an ordinary mystery novel. I love that Yukishi's just casually proving to us that he can write any form of mystery. I mean, he's done mystery that has a real crossover with fantasy, now he's doing normal mystery, what's next? Yeah, that is interesting. And it is going to be really interesting to think that, you know, these people are going to have the total disadvantage with that, and I just wonder what that's actually going to do. There's no room for stuff like logic errors or, you know, outsmarting or disproving people. I just genuinely wonder what's going to happen here. In that case, there's no need for combat between the red and blue truth. Especially because of the fact that this is a mystery game, yet everybody actually understands what the true mystery behind the culprit actually is. Yeah, in Beator's games, the argument had been about whether the story was a mystery or not. Yeah. However, Bern Castle's game was a mystery. There was no need to argue over that from the start. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's interesting. Yeah. So a game without looking at the heart. That's actually going to be really interesting. Oh my god, Willard would be pissed. Yeah, I've even cut out the motive and the tricks. Yeah, there's only one question I'm asking. That's weird. Who's on it? Yeah, seriously. Yeah, I see that. No, I see that, yeah. What a simple yet fitting game to conclude our fight. I don't agree. I mean, what about the... I mean, the why done it is the most important thing about Umineko. Let's be honest here. So, you know, it's just really weird to be ending it with something that wasn't the why done it. Yeah. Fair enough. Yeah, no cheap tricks. Yeah, it's just a stoically simple game. No, I see that. Yeah, this is a genuine duel. As the observer, I'll say this. I see. Yeah, the game is made to be solvable. Right. In other words, I guarantee that it's a suitable setting for your duel. Oh yeah, I wonder, Bern. I know I keep on saying this. But are you really sure? Oh, that's interesting. Battler and Beator's relationship started because they love mystery. Oh, I see. But then again, we've got to think about how, you know, how compassionate these people are. Throw Angie into the mix and throw the threat of her life potentially losing if they actually lose. That's going to give them so much more pressure. Maybe that's actually going to dull their thinking process. Who knows? I doubt it though. This is Battler and Beatrice. Fair, yeah. Yeah, the defeat, yeah, if my best tale... Never the best tale, so it's going to be a really, really difficult one, I'm assuming. Yeah, if my best tale can't stop them, then what comes will come. Seriously though, yeah. Yeah, that's actually going to be really interesting. Yeah, the important thing is that Lady Berncastle put everything she had into this game. Yeah, seriously though, yeah, it's going to be hard. You're right. Will that be enough to stump us? No, I agree. Yeah. That's all this simple game is about. God, I mean, let's be honest, this is the final phase. This is the final spell card of a boss, if you get what I mean, in a stage 6 boss. Yeah. If you know about Toho, then you'll know what I mean. But yeah, this is the final phase. You have received such a ridiculously good reward, but you know, obviously, of solving the mystery and having the game board fully complete. But you cannot fully win until you've defeated the enemy. I love it. Thanks, Lambda. Thanks to you, we know this duel will be a fair fight. Yeah, fair enough, actually, it will be, yeah. I'm happy too. Yeah, fair enough. No, I don't disagree. You're welcome, I'm happy too. It will be an honor to witness Bern fighting this precious fight. No, I see that, yeah. Yeah, I'm also honored to have you as an opponent, especially because of the fact that Bern, like a cat, you know, has just totally been out of the spotlight, and now she's actually heading into it. She is one of the main characters. Same here. Well, not really main characters, she always was one of the main characters, but, you know, one of the characters that appears the most, really. Yeah, she's not just isolated having somebody else do all of her desires. No, she is actually, you know, creating the flow of the game, really. Same here, I underestimated you. Yeah, fair enough, actually, yeah. And I did it without even stepping onto the battlefield with you. God, just thinking about it makes me want to vomit. Yeah, that's understandable. Yeah, it's actually really interesting to think that Bern is just so annoyed about the fact that she underestimated Beatrice, you know, even though she's never played with her. So it's an informed decision until they fight and until they see how truly good they are. You know, together, really. Yeah, show us what you've got. Yeah. Oh god, yeah, that's the worst thing. Yeah, and isn't it interesting to think Sucker, for losing, never has the potential to lose. If this happens, obviously. Always trying to create more opportunities to win. Yeah, if I win, I'll be able to look down on you for real this time. And if I lose... I shall be reminded of the emotion I know I've forgotten. That's interesting. I do wonder, is that just, I mean, obviously Bern probably feels every horrible emotion under the sun. Well, wait, hang on a second, it's probably defeat that she's forgotten. Berncastle. Berncastle, whether you end up winning or losing, I promise you one thing. What's that? When this duel is over. Oh my god, I wonder what she's going to say to that. When this duel is over, we'll be friends. I love that, yeah. Very one-sided. Enough of that, please. I see that. To be honest, I think if I was in Bern's position, I would actually say that as well. Yeah, enough of that, please. The sentimentality is killing me. Lambda clapped her hands. Pleasant sound rang out. Will you be the reader, Bern? Or should I do that? Oh, that's interesting. I don't need a reader. Fair enough. That is fair, yeah. Yeah, that's actually really interesting to think that all of the tales we could have potentially read beforehand. Because obviously, you know, Angie has read all of the tales. The only tale she actually read to Featherin, though, was, you know, the one in episode 6. So I don't really know if you could think about that. But you can think about, well, I mean, to be fair, all of these tales have either been written or read to somebody. And I just wonder who the actual reader was before Angie. Because, you know, how were, you know, episode 1 to 5's tales, you know, explained to us, I wonder. A reader Miko can use her own voice to embellish or distort the tale. That's totally true though, yeah. Yeah. Even if there was no cheap trickery in my game, by having a reader, any amount of trickery could be added. No, I see that, yeah. Yes, that's true. Yeah, that's another one of the Game Master's privileges. Yeah, I like that though, and isn't it really interesting to think that this duel is just going to have nothing that's totally unfair, nothing that's, you know, tinting, or tainting even the, you know, possibility of having a fair duel. Yeah, I want to have a straightforward duel with you. So I don't need a reader. I like that, yeah. You can read this tale with your own eyes and ears. Are you sure? God, isn't that interesting? I think if that doesn't prove how hard this mystery is actually going to be, then yeah, I don't know what will. Yeah, that's scary. But I totally agree, yeah. Are you sure? That means you've lost almost all your advantages. But isn't it interesting to think that in the end, Bern wants to have it so that the fairest mystery is present? Understood. You don't need a reader. Yeah, we'll read the tale ourselves. That is interesting. In theory though, yeah. So I think the only part of false narration, well, not necessarily false narration, but not all of it is going to be shown, obviously. I think there are going to be, I think rather than twisted parts, I think the only parts that are going to be there are going to be missed out. Because obviously beforehand we had all of the parts that were twisted by the illusion of the witch. If there is no reader, does that mean there will be absolutely no falsehoods contained in the narrated text? Yeah. But in theory though, yeah. But then again, what if the narrated text has falsehoods? So it doesn't matter whether there's a reader or not. I don't know. We're ready, Barncastle. Yeah, that is going to be weird. A showdown over a genuine mystery without any cheap tricks. Good, yeah. If you're going to play fair and square, we'll challenge you head on too. Yeah, that's good, yeah. Thank you. yeah, gotta love it. I mean, okay, I'm sorry. If it was Bern and she planned on losing, then yeah, that's just a little bit out of character, let's say. And I don't plan on losing either. That was so weird. I thought that was, you know the Minecraft sound effect where, you know, you have flint and steel and then you light something up. It reminded me of that. That's no good, Lady Bern. She's right. Yeah, that's interesting. But then again though, I mean, the same goes for them. Nobody can have overconfidence. Nobody. Yeah, Barncastle, realising what Bateleur and Bertha were asking for, snorted. Snorted what? Nah, I'm just kidding. But Lambda doesn't nodded at her, telling to her enjoy this final duel to the fullest. I love that. Yeah, what were you expecting? A happy mystery chat between humans and witches? Come on, don't make me laugh. Oh, yeah, I see that, yeah. And I do really have interest in terms of just, you know, how this mystery is going to change, especially because of the fact that the how done it and the why done it especially is going to be, you know, totally disregarded. Without love, it's going to see this becoming very, very irrelevant very quickly because of this. Yeah, let's see if your jury mysteries are any match for the one I've prepared. Yeah. Let's see what you've got. Oh, yeah. We wouldn't have it any other way.
ベルンカステル教の挑戦状確かに受け取ったぞ
Yes, we'll accept your challenge, Lady Bancastle, which are miracles. I love how courageously she said that. It's so cool. This story would not be nearly as engaging if it was for this. I love it. It's such good voice acting. Battler kills it as well. Alright, time to start. I, Game Master Ushiromiya Batora. I, Game Master Ushiromiya Batora, and Beatrice, the Endless Witch, will be your opponents. Oh my god, yeah. With you? For you, maybe? Well, no. When we make you wipe the floor, that's what I would have thought he should have said. Don't start crying when we wipe the floor with you. Take this is my mystery. Ooh. Oh my god, right. That's very weird. Berncastle took a fragment containing the game and smashed it against the table. Yeah, no need for a reader whatsoever. I like that, yeah. Smashed it against the table, shattering it with a brilliant light as the game scenario laid itself out. Let's see. The curtain rose on the mystery Berncastle were created. Yeah, that's going to be interesting. I really do wonder what we're going to see next. Hopefully it's something relevant. Right, I see. Oh my god, is this going to be anything regarding Angie? No sound but that of the falling rain filled the room. It covered the tragic scene in the bloody dining hall. Yeah. Is that... Oh, I thought I heard something. Oh my god, it is Angie though. Holy shit. Oh, yeah, this is going to be interesting. Oh, it's going to be cruel. Let's be honest. Yeah, at some point Angie had fainted and thought, who wouldn't? Yeah. Now her consciousness was slowly returning. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, forcing her to remember what had happened in this room. God, yeah, so she reflexively averted her gaze even before the memory took over her. Yeah, 6 bodies lay in the blood-stained dining hall. Strangely enough, as her consciousness returned bit by bit, the terrifying scene before her seemed somehow less intense. Yeah, that's understandable. I mean, it's a pretty disgusting example, but if you ever see something really gory, then I don't know, I just kind of feel as if, like, it depends on the severity of it, obviously, but you know, it's always the first few seconds you actually look at something disgusting, that's when it's worst. And then it sort of, though it's still disgusting, your head actually, you know, my head at least, it makes it so that it can be comprehended. But then obviously, you know, when you look at it in your head, and obviously if you haven't visited that disgusting image in your head, if you have flashbacks of it, you know, if you have flashbacks of it after 2 weeks of having no flashbacks, then obviously it will be a lot more disgusting. Yeah. I'm thinking of one fucking... Yeah, I'm thinking of one thing I looked at, and I genuinely wish I hadn't. To be fair, I was just scrolling Twitter. The worst excuse. Still though, fucking Twitter, man. They have so many concerning things. Well, to be fair, it's my fault for following Sayano Uta on Twitter, but still, you get what I mean. Yeah, this time Angie was able to look at the 6 corpses well enough. Oh, interesting. So you're actually going to be able to make out the corpses' identities. First, those are my own parents. God, yeah, they're a pitiful sight, coloured red by a bloody makeup. Oh, yeah, of course, Eva is killed. Yeah, and lying next to them are Uncle Hideyoshi and Aunt Eva. Jesus. Yeah, that's so awful. Uncle Hideyoshi, the uncle who always says funny things and makes me laugh. Yeah, I know. Yeah, and Aunt Eva, the aunt who seems to be so fond of... God. Oh, yeah, Genji-san, the servant, is lying over there. And the one lying right here is Aunt Rosa. 6 people... 6? Really? Yeah, of course. Yeah. 6 people were full. 6 people had their lives taken from them and were lying in this room. Yeah. Maybe I cried myself out before I fell unconscious. Understandable, yeah. God, yeah. Yeah, I don't blame her. It must be so weird in a situation like that. It's one of the most important situations in terms of how you react, but, you know, it's just so shocking that you can't actually remember the reaction that was initial. I mean, that must be so weird. It must be horrible. It really must be. Yeah, maybe I crammed myself out before I fell unconscious. The scene before me was terribly painful still, but I was somehow able to look at it without losing my head. Yeah. Oh, Jesus, yeah. I've already felt all the sadness I could at my parents' deaths. Yeah. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Understandable, yeah. I'd already felt all the sadness I could at my parents' deaths. The next emotion that rose up inside me was a desire to check and see that everyone else was okay. Yeah. Oh, that's interesting. So we've got to think about the fact that, you know, everything that was actually happening before the mystery was just, you know, a trick of Bern's, an illusionary trick to make it so that the, you know, I think that was a real cat. It was just illusionarily made to look really sinister. But, yeah, then we've got to keep in mind that this could be the culprit. In that instant, I heard a scraping sound. Just as I was about to relax again, thinking I must have imagined it, I heard the same sound again. Oh, that's weird. Yeah, it was probably coming from the door. Someone was clawing at the door from the outside. Of course, I had no way of knowing who it was. However, for some reason, I was sure that it was the black cat scratching at the door. Yeah, it would be reasonable to think, but why would it be the case? No, it's not the black cat. The black cat was telling me to leave this room. I understood and put my hand on the doorknob. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, is it locked? I immediately noticed something odd. The door's... Yeah, funny that, because obviously, you know, it needs to be a closed room. But then again, that's actually really quite tricky. If it needs to be a closed room and you can't unlock it, then what's going to happen? Now, isn't it interesting, if you link this to episode 1, you've got to think about Yasuda's grudge against Natsuhi, because obviously she knows the truth about everything that has happened with regards to her, you know, death, and, you know, to actually preserve the illusion of the witch, she's deliberately made it look as if, you know, Natsuhi hasn't been able to die. And also, isn't it interesting to think that Natsuhi was one of the people who lived until the end? Who was it? Natsuhi Kumasawa? Yeah, no, sorry, Nanjo Kumasawa, I meant. Yeah, two servants. Maria, I don't really get why Maria was... Well, Maria doesn't really care. If anything, she'd be the best for preserving the illusion of the witch. And then, who was the other one? It wasn't Hideyoshi. No, of course it wasn't. Jessica, I think, yeah. Yeah, I think it was Jessica. Also George. He was up until the end as well. But, yeah, it's interesting to think that, well, especially Natsuhi is... I don't really think, you know... I mean, Kumasawa and Nanjo, they make sense as to why they'd be at the end. So does Battler, obviously. Jessica and George, I do see... I can see why. Yeah, I immediately noticed something odd. The door was locked. The same bad feeling I felt after being locked in the parlour crawled up my spine. Oh, that's weird. Same bad feeling I felt after being locked in the parlour. Yeah, fair enough. However, unlike the time in the parlour, the door unlocked itself easily when I turned the knob. That's surprising. That gives indication to, you know, think about the fact that Angie has actually been, you know, the door has actually been locked by the culprit, but then they've noticed that Angie was in there. The scraping sound was a warning to get out. When they probably detected that Angie was near the doorway, they'd unlocked the door. No, but then again, you would have heard a sound. So, I don't really know. I don't really think this. I think Angie's just... I don't get why it's locked yet she can go in it. Maybe it's some sort of fake lock. I don't know. Maybe it's made to look like a lock, but actually isn't. Beyond the door, I could see the dimly lit hallway. Oh yeah, and a cat dashing down it away from me. That's interesting. Then it stopped, its emerald eyes glittering in the darkness, as though it was waiting for me to follow. Now, isn't it interesting that everything is being told in a false light here? The hallway was dark and wrapped in an eerie silence. Yeah. Yeah, when the black cat saw that I was coming, it walked forward as if guiding me. Yeah, I see that, yeah. Could you imagine if the black cat actually guards Angie to another place in which people have been killed? Oh my god. Could you imagine if everyone's actually been killed on the first Twilight? I could hear nothing except the creaking of the floor, the bell of the cat. Yeah, not very lively. The sound of the storm outside. No, the party's all fake. The party's being held in the hall. I should be able to hear at least a little bit of the noise from this hallway. Yeah, isn't that interesting? No, I don't think so, no. No, they wouldn't end a party that abruptly. Maybe it got really late when I was unconscious in the dining hall. No, I mean, it is reasonable, but I don't agree with it. It was a reasonable conclusion. Then we finally reached them. Oh, God. Right. Yeah, that's interesting, but obviously the party was totally illusionary. It only makes sense. The hall was frigid, and no trace of that party remained. Could all of that fun have been... Yeah, just an illusion. Yeah, exactly, though, yeah. The black cat's bell rang out. When I looked up, I saw that it had its feet on the stairway to the second floor, urging me to follow it. Are you going to the second floor? The black cat seemed to nod, then silently went up the stairs. Guess we're allowed to go wherever they wanted to on the first floor. Yeah, that's interesting, but the second floor was Grass's family house, and I remembered getting in trouble for trying to go up there. But yeah, that's understandable. I mean, if you've literally seen 6 people die, I think that gives you a little bit of a justification for breaking a silly rule. Yeah, however, at that moment, I couldn't think of any options other than following that cat. Yeah, I do wonder what's actually going to happen to Angie. Where is she going to go? I walked along the dark hallway with the black cat. Yeah, eventually we reached one of the doors. The black cat scratched at the door, then turned to look at me. Must have been telling me to open it. Okay. Yeah, I'll open it for you. That's interesting. I do wonder... yeah, that is actually really interesting. Now, I really do wonder if she's going to feel the resistance of the lock, and then it's magically going to unlock, and then she's going to be able to actually get in there. Because obviously that's a key indication that there's either some sort of trick that makes it so that a door somehow unlocks upon being, the handle being tugged once, which I think is unlikely, but it's not impossible. Or there could actually be some killer who's in the room. So that could indicate that there are 2 killers at present at the moment. Okay, I'll open it for you. I put my hand on the doorknob and felt the resistance of a lock again. I see. This door is locked. I turned around to tell the cat this, but inexplicably... Okay, that's actually really quite surprising. So that could indicate, judging by the fact that... Well, Angie gets actually turned around. So that either indicates that the culprit has some sort of means of looking at Angie outside, and then he has somehow, opened the door just a little bit and slipped the key out. Or maybe there's been a really subtle, you know, opening of the door. Or maybe the key is actually small enough for the door to be slid. Sorry, for the key to be slid, you know, on the floor. It doesn't necessarily specify that Angie has heard any sound of sliding, but that doesn't mean that, you know, they don't exist. The door is locked. I turn around to tell the cat this, but inexplicably, a single key lay right in front of the cat. That is odd, yeah. Angie picked it up and struck it in the keyhole. As she did, she finally noticed something strange with her fingertips. Blood. No. Oh my god, I see how this is going to be cruel. Are they going to be suspecting Angie of murder? Oh, I think that's likely. Somehow Angie's fingertips have been stained red with blood. Oh god, yeah, fair, yeah. Yeah, she let out a short cry and the key slipped out and fell to the ground. She finally realised. In the darkness she hadn't noticed before. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, the black cat's key was covered with... Jesus! Whose blood? The emotions that had gone numb and Angie sprang back. Yeah, a terrified scream rang out through the dark hallway. Interesting little theme here. Is this Infant Queen Bee? I forgot what the theme sounds like. I'll recognise it in a bit. I think it is. No, this is. Yeah, I think so. I don't know. Whatever it is, it doesn't matter. It sounds brilliant. Even so, Angie would eventually open that door. Oh. Yeah, this is Infinite Queen Bee. Yeah, good. That door led to Natsuhi's room. Natsuhi's room was a terrible mess. Interesting indicative of a grudge against Natsuhi. A proper grudge. Natsuhi. Blankets and sheets were torn. Cosmetics and books lay all over the place, as though a typhoon had just ripped through it. I don't think that... this could either be a grudge, or it could be a distraction. We've noticed a lot of times a true attempt of distraction. Firstly, the fact that, you know, blood on the key. And secondly, the fact that all of these... Like, why would Natsuhi's room be a mess? I think, in my opinion, it's so that, you know, culprit is totally diverting the attention of her. So that, you know, you're just thinking, what the fuck? Who did this? Why? What's happened? Maybe having a secret look through Natsuhi's belongings? I don't know. If she wanted to, she could. I think she's a little bit too shocked to do so, though. But, yeah, it could be somehow a culprit diverting the attention. But then again, that's a bad move to make. Or maybe it could be to buy them time. Maybe they're going to escape while Angie's in there. I don't know. But it's a bad move if you ask me, because, you know, she's in a situation like this. It could be likely that she's going to search everywhere. You can't prove whether she is or not, so I don't know. But then again, what if you're in a really hidden location? But if you're in a really hidden location, why would you need to do this? But then again, you may not know Angie's coming until this, so that could give you enough time to hide into your hidden location, hiding spot. Yeah, that's properly cool. Natsuhi's room was a terrible mess. Blankets and sheets were torn. Yeah. Blankets and sheets were torn. Cosmetics and books lay all over the place as though a typhoon had just ripped through it. Ironic that. Oh, yeah, and there were corpses. How many? Oh, I see. Indicates that Krauser's corpse has been led to here. Or maybe it's been moved, or maybe he's actually been led by the culprit. And there were corpses. Krauser's and Natsuhi's corpses lay sprawled on the floor. Very shortly, Angie will step into this room. Oh my god, so she hasn't actually stepped into it. Right, I see. Yeah. Yeah, makes sense, yeah. And then we've got... God, yeah. Yeah, she will, yeah, she... Oh god. I think every murder has happened, and it isn't... Oh my god, what the fuck is going to happen when she sees Batila's corpse? Jesus Christ. And it isn't limited to the dining hall and Natsuhi's room. Why would you not kill this one girl, though? Seriously. Oh, that's interesting. In the Stormy Rose Garden, Shannon's tragic corpse lies exposed. And that's interesting that Yasuda, you know, has actually killed herself. That indicates that she has no killing left to do. In the Stormy Rose Garden. No, but then again, I mean, culprits are obviously still alive. So I think it's a really good way of ruling out which corpses we don't see, potentially indicative of a culprit. In the story Rose Garden, Roshanon's tragic corpse lied exposed. Yeah. Partway down the path to the Rose Garden is Jessica's corpse. Jesus Christ. When Angie finds out, she'll probably dash crying and screaming into the God, yeah, that's horrible. Oh my god. Oh no. And death awaits her inside the guest house as well. To be fair, Eddie Car being here is going to be beneficial. Jesus Christ. Oh, welcome home to the guest house. Yeah. Just, we've got some really good sights for visitors. For example, one dead body of a human that you may or may not have known. Like, Jesus Christ. Just inside the front door is Nanjol's corpse. In the servant room nearby, even Gonda and Kumasawa lie dead, so not canon. I see, yeah, the total number of corpses is 13. Could you imagine if Battler is a culprit, by the way? That would be hilarious. Yeah, the total number of corpses is 13. A full 13 corpses are waiting for Angie. So, Canon, George, Maria, Battler, someone else. I think Mothers. Yeah, what about Rudolph? Wait, no. Whoa, there should be 18. Who are we missing? Who are we forgetting? Gore? No, not Gorda. Yeah, I've got all of you guys. So missing you. Wait, you. And you. That's interesting. Yeah. A full 13 corpses are waiting for Angie. Yeah, that's horrible. Yeah, they wait in the mansion and the guest house on this desolate dock Genjima. Wait, hang on a second. Because of the fact that there are going to actually be, you know, there will be 17 people on this island. There will be no canon in this mystery, I think. Total number of corpses is 13. A full 13 corpses. God, that's going to be so shocking. I mean, God, what's even worse is the fact that it's never going to stop as well. I mean, my God, how is Battler going to be able to cope with this? This is just mindfuckery on its prime. Yeah, the total number of corpses is 13. A full 13 corpses are waiting for Angie. They wait in the mansion and the guest house on this desolate dock Genjima. Yeah, for Angie, exposed to the wind and rain and tormented by thunder to find... Yeah, seriously though, yeah. God, yeah, that is vivid. Fucking hell. Love it. First Twilight. Oh, interesting little theme. Oh, is it Zephyr and Fuffer? We're going to see. God, it's a little bit... I mean, it's a little bit neutral. Yeah, the tragedy of the first Twilight was discovered at 6 in the morning on the following day. Oh, Gorda's alive. Right. I misread that. Yeah, Gorda, who had woken up. Oh my God. Yeah, I don't think you're going to be serving breakfast to many people here. Jesus Christ. Gorda, who had woken up to, you know, get breakfast ready. Oh, God. All of them are dead. Yeah, Gorda, who had woken... By the way, Kinzo isn't dead. Yeah, Gorda, who had woken up to get breakfast ready, went to check on the adult siblings, who had remained in the dining hall since the previous night because of the family conference. Yeah. God, straight into the point. No reactions or anything. Tell us about when you discovered the crime. What's that text color? The dining hall was locked up. Hang on a second, what is the purple? Is that a fact? Is there a tip about it? No. The dining hall was locked up. Of course, there is a lock on the doors to the dining hall, but they usually remain unlocked. I knocked, but there was no answer. That's when I arrived. I recommended that he try unlocking the door just in case. When I unlock the door with a master key, a terrifying sight awaited me inside.
エヴァ様、秀吉様、
Yeah.
ルドルフ様、キリエ様、ローザ様、そして源氏さんの
Eva-sama, Hideyoshi-sama, Rudolph-sama, Kirie-sama,
計
Rosa-sama,
6
and
人
Genji-sama.
が血まみれになって倒れていたのでございます。
6 people were no alive coming in blood.
それであとは大騒ぎだ。
God, yeah, great tumult followed. Krauser's not dead as well. What? Huh? That's really weird. Yeah, great tumult followed. Everyone gathered in the dining hall. Why are you
思い
at
出した
what?
くもあります。
Oh, wait. So these people were the ones outside of the game board, right? I don't want to
そ
remember
れ
it.
ぞれの親の亡骸にすがり、泣き叫ぶ子供たち。
Jesus Christ. Oh my god, I know, because it's not only... Oh, Jesus. Yeah, understandable. Yeah, I don't want to remember it. The sight of all of the sobbing children crouched over the god. God, that's horrible.
ひょっとしたら生きているかもと。
Maybe. But no, not in this case. Yeah, there was a chance they might have been alive
み
still.
んな懸命に揺さぶってたぜ。
Yeah, fair. Yeah, there was a chance they might have been alive still. Everyone was shaking them desperately. Of course, you have to.
ダメでした。
Yeah, that's the painful thing. Yeah, but it was no
お子
use.
様方はそれぞれ自分の親が
Yeah.
間違いなく死んでいることを確
And
認
isn't it interesting to think that, you know, even though there is a closed room and there is a completely locked door and, you know, everyone is confirmed to be dead, I'm assuming these, you know, lavender texts, you know, they are just facts that you can use, really. But it was no use. Each of the children confirmed the deaths of their own parents.
僕と南條先生は源氏様が死んでいることを確認しました。
Yeah, but then again, interesting that Kanon is actually here, by the way. Doesn't Anjo and I confirm that Genji-sama was dead?
むごたらしい殺され方でした。
Yeah, God, yeah, such a gruesome way to be killed.
私でなくとも誰も検視は謝りません。
Yeah, no one is mistakenly going to confirm a death. Even those other than myself. God, that's cruel.
即死だったろうね。
It looks like all of the victims died instantly. Ah, yes, 13 people dead. How funny. God.
食堂内を調べた結果、扉も窓も全て施錠され、密室であったことが分かった。
After inspecting the interior of the dining hall, yeah, we determined that all of the doors and windows have been locked, making it a closed room.
そして
Understandable, yeah.
食堂内から不審なものは何も見つからなかっ
Yeah, that's interesting. So whatever the culprit has actually done, they've got all of their tricks and then they have buggered off. And nothing suspicious was found inside the
た。
dining
も
hall.
ちろん食堂内に何者かが隠れているということもなかった。
Yeah, of course. There was no one hiding in the dining hall
隠れるも何も。
Naturally.
私たちは今ここに全員がいるではないか。
All of us are here right now.
誰も隠れていないことは明白だ。
It's clear that no one is hiding.
でも父さん、となるとおかしいよ。
But Dad, if that's true, it doesn't make sense.
殺された6人、食堂は密室。
6 people were killed and the dining hall was a closed
どう
room.
やって殺して逃げたんだ。
6 people were killed and the dining hall was a closed room. How could someone have killed them in the escape? I agree. Hang on a second. I just need to do a people count. Right, okay, yeah. So, obviously, I think, I mean, it was quite obvious. But, yeah, I think this definitely confirms that this is before, either before all of them are, well, no, it can't be because of the fact that, you know, somebody like Jessica is alive. But, you know, this is the beginning of the tale. And it's interesting to think about the fact that Angie had, you know, Angie was I think we were shown everything that happened with Angie. Well, I mean, it's actually really quite odd to think that everyone was dead when Angie saw it, but now, you know, they aren't. It's weird because obviously Angie saw it in around night time on October the 4th, whereas this is October the 5th at 6 a.m. in the morning. But then again, though, maybe Angie was actually showed, you know, everything shocking in nighttime. I don't know. Yeah, but Dad, if that's true, it doesn't make sense. 6 people were killed, and then the dining hall was a closed room. How could someone have killed them and escaped?
考えたくはありませんが、
Yeah, I'd rather not think of
マ
it.
スターキーを持つ使用人が怪しいでしょう。
Yeah, and that's always what they want her to think. I'd rather not think of it, but perhaps the servants with their master keys are the most suspicious.
6人を殺し、マスターキーで施錠して食堂を出た。
Yeah, that's reasonable. Yeah, they killed the 6, then left and locked the door with their master
妥当
keys.
な推理だ。
It's a logical theory. Oh god, yep. Gotta love being literally accused for murder.
とんでもありません。
It's absurd. Fair. Since there was no chance of the culprit hiding inside the dining hall. Yeah. It made sense to assume that the culprit locked the door after committing the murder and exiting the room. I agree. It was only natural that the servants, with their master keys, would fall under suspicion. Yeah, exactly though, yeah. Yeah, that's the worst thing. Yeah, and sadly enough, none of those servants had an alibi. Then again, it wasn't only the servants. Yeah, that's bad, yeah. Then again, everyone else lacked an alibi as well. That's interesting.
マスターキー以外の方法で外から施錠する手段は
Yeah, is there any way to lock up from the outside without a master key? Yeah, that is a good question, yeah.
存在しないわ。
No, there isn't. It's really quite funny, you can't trust this whatsoever because of the fact that it's not in red. But then again though, there is no red truth, there's no tricks, so maybe you can take this as objective knowledge.
これじゃダメね。
No, there isn't. That's not enough.
赤き真実で語るわ。
Oh, right, I'll say it with the red truth. Right, so...
すべての扉の施錠、解錠は。
Oh, I see. Okay, so the red truth does exist, but it doesn't exist to, you know, take things out of context now. But that's what she wants us to believe. All doors can only be locked or unlocked with a master
もち
key.
ろん、部屋の内側からはマスターキーがなくとも施錠、解錠が可能。
Of course, it is possible to lock or unlock the doors from inside the room, even without a master key. Yeah, that's interesting, yeah. There you have it. Any other questions?
マスターキーの他にも各部屋固有の鍵があるはずでは。
Oh yeah, shouldn't there be keys to each individual room, in addition to the master keys?
本来なら存在するわね。
Normally those would
で
exist.
もゲームが複雑になるので排除させてもらったわ。
Oh, that's interesting. However, they make the game more complicated, so I've
赤
eliminated
き
them.
真実、
Red truth.
マスターキー以外の鍵は存在しないこととする。
I see. We'll consider master keys to be the only keys that exist.
つまり
In other
こ
words,
のゲームに登場する全ての施錠はマスターキー
Yeah,
し
no, I
か
see that,
開け
yeah.
閉めができないってわけか。
in other words, all of the locks that appear in this game can only be locked or unlocked by master keys.
そうなるわね。
That's what it means.
実にシンプルなゲームだわ。
No, I do see that. Yeah, you have such a small amount of means of actually opening or closing it, but isn't it interesting to think that, you know, it could indicate that either a servant is the culprit or that somebody has stolen a master key from the servants? That is the first thing that, I don't know, is probably on their priority list of things to actually ask. That's what it means. It really is a simple game. Yeah, exactly, yeah. In that case, we should now check the number of master keys and who holds them. Yeah, and who holds them as well, yeah, key. There are 5 master keys total. Yeah, one is held by each of the 5 servants. The keys will be managed in a special way. Oh, yeah, that's interesting. But then again though, why would Yasuda be a culprit in a board game that disregards the heart? I do wonder. Yeah, that is actually really interesting. Impossible though, in red. Jesus Christ. The keys will be managed in a special way. The servants keep master keys on their person at all times, so it's impossible for them to be stolen, handed over, or used by any human other than themselves. It's really surprising that though, yeah. What the heck? I see that though, and isn't that actually really interesting to think that it's impossible in red for the keys to be stolen? I mean, that obviously indicates that a servant has done this potentially, but why? Yeah, what the heck? Now they're sounding less like keys and more like a fingerprinting system. Yeah, it's biometrics. That's an interesting metaphor. Yeah, no, I see that. That's an interesting metaphor. In other words, in the world of this game, it isn't the master keys, but the 5 servants themselves that can unlock. I love that, yeah. Simply by the existence of this. Ooh, interesting. Simply by the existence of this servant, this door has become unlocked. What do you think, everybody? Which had retrieved Genji-san's master key, but had no luck. Yeah, that's interesting. Hang on, I just want to reset some. To guard against the trouble later on, we destroyed Genji-san's master key. What? Really? Yeah, makes sense, yeah. This is the crime of the first Twilight. The scene was the locked closed room of the dining hall. None of the servants holding master keys had alibis. Yeah, that's tricky. But yeah, then again, no one else had an alibi either. Yeah. The second Twilight. Oh. I'm actually quite surprised at how quick this is going. Everyone returned to the parlour to discuss what should be done next. Ha, yeah, the phones are out, so they couldn't contact the police. Now, isn't that actually really interesting to think that even despite all of these things regarding the red truth of, you know, the fact that it's impossible, there is, you know, this is still something that is actually limiting the whole master keys from not being in the possession of a culprit. And it's interesting to think that because of the fact that it's impossible in red, it indicates that Genji has an involvement with the accomplice. And then again, do keep in mind there's no involvement in the heart, so there's no why would he do this. Yeah, that's interesting. So that indicates that Genji may have given his master key to someone. Oh, wait, I missed that. How do you destroy your master key if you don't even have it? What? But then again, it still explains that there are 4 master keys now instead of 5. Yeah, was the mysterious culprit hiding away somewhere, planning to attack their next victim at this very moment? Yeah, it is interesting that. I mean, you have 4 master keys, 4 means of getting into any place. Or was the culprit in here with them? Oh yeah, mentally sticking out their tongue and tasting their next... Oh, I love that. Yeah. None of them had alibis and any one of them could have been a culprit. I know, that's the worst thing. Yeah, you could literally be exchanging pleasant words with a murderer. However, that tense feeling didn't last long. Yeah, fair, yeah. From midday, everyone got tired of arguing and they decided to take a break. Ooh, yeah, interesting. Kras and Natsuki announced that they wanted to talk with each other alone and went up to the 2nd floor. That was the beginning, and after that, everyone went their separate ways now and then, such as to head to the bathroom or gaze at the endless rain. Yeah, that's interesting, yeah. And isn't it interesting to think that, you know, though Kras and Natsuki have actually gone up to Natsuki's room, yeah, isn't that actually really quite suspicious to think that Kras is actually, you know, why would these people be in the same room if they actually share rooms unless they would want to discuss something? But then again, no heart. I can't emphasize that enough. No heart is to be looked at here. However, no matter how much time passed, Kras and Natsuki were the only ones who didn't return. Yeah, fair, yeah. So, it's obvious that there is an opportunity to do this easily. Calls were sent to both Kras and Natsuki's rooms using the extension phone line, but there was no answer. Yeah, something might have happened. Yeah, now everyone's gonna go up. Yeah, everyone headed to Kras and Natsuki's rooms together, and in Natsuki's rooms, they found Kras and Natsuki lying sprawled on the floor. Yeah. Madam's room was locked. Yeah, that is actually really interesting. So making another closed room from the inside. So I suppose that, I mean, if it was actually locked, then the copper could still be in there, or maybe they've escaped. Maybe they've gone down the window. Who knows? Who knows if that's even possible? Madam's room was locked. It's just like the dining hall. Yeah, after getting everyone's permission, I unlocked the door. Well, then again, isn't it interesting that you unlocked the door? How do you necessarily know whether it was locked in the first place? What if you were playing? Wait, no. We know that she's unlocked the door because it's said in this violet colour. I think that's just a substitute for the red truth. Kras-sama and Natsuki-sama laid sprawled on the floor inside the room. Yeah. Doesn't Nanjo check their pulse? Yeah. Then he announced that the 2 of them had died instantly. Oh. Correct. Yeah, I confirmed both of their deaths. Fair, yeah. There can be no doubt that they died instantly.
私は何かの手がかりがないか部屋中を探し回ったよ。
I searched all over the room looking for a
その
clue.
結果、窓も扉も完全に施錠されていて密室だったこと
Of
が分かった。
course, yeah. I found that the windows, in the end, I found that the windows and doors had all been locked, making it a
ま
closed
た
room.
しても密室。
Yeah, it's interesting that. So it's interesting to think that even though there is no motive of a heart, it's just a proper whodunit. It really is. Another closed room.
またしてもマスターキーを持つ私たちが疑われることに。
Seriously though, yeah. Another closed room. We servants all have master keys, so we'll be suspected again.
しかしご安心を。
I have no fear.
奥様に疑われていた私たちは互いを見張り合っていたのです。
Oh, then again, what if that's just a farce? How do we know that's true? But have no fear. After Madame began to suspect us, we started keeping an eye on each other.
私たち使用人全員は常に一緒におりました。
I see, so it maybe couldn't have been a servant. Yeah. It's interesting to think that Genji's master key was destroyed. What about Kanon, by the way? All of our servants were together the whole time.
僕たち使用人全員は
Well,
そ
yeah,
れぞれの
obviously.
使用人全員のアリバイを
Is
証
one
明
of
で
the
きる。
servants. That is tricky. So that indicates definitely, in my opinion, that a servant is actually in on the crime because they've got the thingy. Oh, what was I gonna say? I have the master key. And then they've actually sent that to, you know, whoever's going to commit the murders. All of our servants, because obviously it's impossible to nag them, to, you know, nick it from them. All of our servants can prove an alibi for all of the other servants. Yeah, that's
こりゃ
tricky.
面白い。
Nah, that's interesting.
今度はさらに完璧な密室だって言いたいのか。
No, seriously though, yeah, I don't disagree. Because I suppose in the first part there was no validation as to whether, you know, there was anything in the dining room in terms of, you know, in terms of closed windows, closed doors, stuff like that. Doesn't Agile check their pulse? No, it's just all those. Now, isn't it interesting to think that, you know, the servants could potentially all be in on the crime because of the fact that they've been keeping an eye on each other? Maybe they've been keeping an eye on each other for whether they do the bad deeds correctly. Who knows? Now, that's interesting. So you're saying that this closed room is even more complete?
最初の密室には全員にアリバイがなかった。
In the case of the first closed room, no one had an alibi. Yeah, understandable, yeah.
そして今度の密室には全員にアリバイがあることになっている。
Yeah, no, I see that. Yeah, so for this closed room, all of them have alibi. Now, isn't that actually really interesting to think? So, obviously, you've got everybody, you've got a crowd kind of dispersing, but at the same time, you have, you know, all of the people dispersed together. I love that, yeah. In this world, the servants themselves becoming living master keys.
使用人たちのアリバイが完璧である以上、夏日の部屋の施錠は不可能だぞ。
Since those servants had perfect alibis, it was impossible to lock Natsuhi's room.
僕たちは
That's reasonable.
現場を
Yeah.
保全することにした。
Yeah, so I suppose. Yeah, if they have perfect alibis and everybody can see them at all costs, then they can't have locked it. No way. Yeah, but isn't it interesting to think that they may have been able to actually fool everyone by going into the room and then locking it from the inside at the last moment? We decided to preserve the crime scene as it was.
外からガムテープでベタベタと窓や扉を封印
That's
したよ。
interesting. Oh my god, you disrespect Edika so much and then you steal her motif, really. We put packing tape all over the outside of the doors and windows, sealing them.
きっとこの部屋に
That's interesting.
犯人の何かの手がかりが残ってるはず。
Yeah, so that indicates that the culprit has never actually gone out of the room somehow, no matter how much Jessica has searched. I'm sure the culprit left some sort of clue in this room.
警察が来るまで絶対誰の出入りもできないようにした。
Yeah, we saw the culprit left some sort of clue in this room. Yeah, we made sure that no one would be able to enter or leave until the police had arrived. Fair enough, yeah. Yeah, that's interesting. Now, it's going to be interesting to think if corpses are actually added to this place or not. We did the same to the dining hall then. We also sealed the dining hall in the same way. My god, poor her. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, we reached the conclusion the entire mansion itself should be preserved. We also sealed the mansion itself, and all of us took refuge in the guest house. Yeah, good one, yeah. But yeah, they sealed the whole mansion. Yeah, that's a little bit mad, isn't it? They sealed the whole mansion, packing tape on all the windows. Yeah, they even used a ladder for the windows on the 3rd floor. Again, we get complicated otherwise, so I'm simplifying it. Steel bar. Oh my. Oh, Jesus Christ, it's like a fucking prison. Yeah, the games get complicated otherwise, so I've simplified it. All of the windows had steel bars on them, so it's impossible to enter or leave by them. Therefore... Yeah, therefore we'll say that they can seal the whole mansion by sealing the 2 doors. The front one and the back one. Yeah, that makes sense. And it's said in red as well, even better. No, it doesn't. Got it, that makes it easy. What do you think? It would be, yeah. Actually killing the 2 people in Natsuhi's room would be easy. Yeah. Someone just had to knock and get them to open the door. Yeah. But the only thing that's... Yeah, but it's really tricky because they could never just make a simple closed room from locking it, yeah. Someone had just had to knock and get them to open the door. However, they couldn't, you know, lock it afterwards, yeah. Yeah, only the servants can lock the... Exactly, though, yeah. But all of the servants have alibis. Yeah, that's the problem. Yeah, fair enough, yeah. Unless the servants are all in it together. No, I couldn't agree more, yeah. Yeah, unless the servants are all in it together. More importantly, the first Twilight has me suspicious. Yeah, everything about the Master Keys is very, very weird. Yeah. I mean, Genji could have, to be fair. That is actually quite reasonable to think. Yeah, you think that one of the 6 who died in the dining hall was actually alive and committed the crime. It's because of Erika. Fair. No, I do see that. Yeah, I can't help but be suspicious when people are examining corpses. Is that actually really quite indicative of something that is really big? I.e., a corpse is dead when Erika's examined it? Or is that just referring to episode 6 and the beginning of that? Yeah, because obviously they may kill the corpses, even though they're faking to be dead. So you think that one of the first 6 victims was alive? Yeah. Yes, and afterwards they killed Kraus and Natsuhi. That would be a really good way to actually get away, I see that. Then they locked the door from the inside, hid inside the room, and found a good chance to escape. Yeah. I agree, yeah, that theory does make logical sense. I'll say it in red.
確実に6
Oh,
人
yeah, that's bad. Yeah, the culprit of the first Twilight really did kill 6 people, so that invalidates the theory
我らはもう
of...
青き真実で追求しようぞ。
Then I'll take a shot with the blue truth.
密室の正体はこうだ。
Here is the true nature of this closed room.
犯人は内側から施錠し、夏日の部屋内に隠れていたのだ。
Yeah, the culprit locked the door from the inside, then hid in Natsuhi's
そし
room.
て一同が退出した後、木を見て脱出した。
I mean, that's totally reasonable, yeah. Then after everyone left, they found an opportunity to
いい
escape.
わ。赤で否定する。
Sure, I'll deny that in red.
一同は退出と同時に部屋を封印し、
Oh, yeah, that's tricky. That totally indicates that somebody in on the crime has done it. Maybe, right, I think what could actually happen is before this murder has happened in preparation, they've planned out Natsuhi and Krause's murder, so they've unlocked the door, and they've obviously done it before the actual night ended, so, you know, they wouldn't have time to actually suspect the fact... Well, wait, no, hang on a second, because it's brilliant to think that Natsuhi and Krause would be there, because it would be a guaranteed, you know, arrival to the room. It would be a guaranteed arrival to the room because of the fact that they've said that they're going to go there. But then again, how does the culprit, with an alibi, with everybody gets an alibi, go there? Oh my god, that is tricky. Yeah, how? So they've killed 6 people. They're not one of the people who has died, but at the same time, you know, they've got to then go up, and then they've got to make it so that
その退出に犯人は加われない。
Yeah, no culprit joined the group as they
そ
left.
して夏日の部屋、食堂、屋敷のすべての封印は
Yeah,
決
that's
して破
interesting.
られることはない。
That's really interesting. So that does actually indicate that it could potentially be a faking of the death of Natsuhi and Kraus. Like, seriously, if no culprit joined the group, I just don't understand how they would be able to instantly murder them without any signs of struggling for their life. Also, all of the seals on Natsuhi's room, the dining hall, and the mansion itself will not be broken. Yeah, interesting.
ってことはつまりベッドの下に隠れて後でこっそり抜け出すというトリックは使えないってことなのね。
No, I see that, yeah. In other words, you can't use that trick where they hide under the bed and slip out later. Yeah.
面白い。
Interesting.
なかなかだぜ、ベルンカステレ。
Nice going, Bern Castle.
どうも。
Thanks. This is the crime of the second Twilight. The scene was Natsuhi's room, a locked-closed room. Yeah, definitely though, yeah. This time, all of the servants have, with master keys, have alibi. Yeah, that's a tricky thing, it really is. That's so weird though. But then again, what about Kinzo? Seriously, what about him? The whole group realizing the dangers of... Wait, hang on a second. We've always been talking about Kinzo here. It's kind of ambiguous as to whether he's alive or not. I don't know. Yeah, okay, that's really essential. That's really useful. Yeah, okay. No nonsense whatsoever from Bern. Yeah, the whole group realizing the dangers of being inside the mansion took shelters in the guest house. Yeah, fair, yeah. Right, okay, God, I really do wonder what's actually going to happen now. That is just such an interesting little mystery here. It's just really quite difficult. So I wonder if Bastila and Beatrice are going to try and solve it themselves later, or if we should maybe craft our own theories. I do have a lot of time tomorrow, maybe I could do that then. But, yeah, that is interesting. It just really sounds impossible, because firstly, no, so I think what has happened is 6 people have genuinely been killed, but then again, the culprit has actually... Well, I've thought of a good idea. The culprit did actually kill 6 people. That was a red, wasn't it? Brilliant, I think we've got it right here. Yeah, oh no, that's really tricky because it specifies off the first Twilight. Damn. Wait. Then again, it doesn't necessarily say that it killed 6 people in the first Twilight. So I do wonder if you could actually twist that to think that they've killed 6 people, but 2 of them, for example, have actually been killed in the first Twilight. Sorry, have not been killed in the first Twilight, and then they've been able to go out. I wonder. No, but the only thing that is really tricky is no culprit joined the group, so it's as if the culprit was always there. That is weird, especially because of the fact that they all have alibis. Maybe it's some sort of trick, maybe some sort of trap. Who knows? Right, okay, I'm back. Right. Things have gone wrong, so, yeah, I'm going to be unable to continue stuff today. I should be able to continue them, you know, later on tomorrow, though. Right, so yeah, basically what I'm trying to say is the video will be a day later than I intended. Yeah, all those who took refuge in the guest house decided to hole up in there until the typhoon passed. Yeah, understandable, yeah. And isn't it really quite funny to think that there are going to be dead bodies? Yeah, if everyone watched everyone else. Yeah, that's what I think. If in a Bern Castle layer mystery, you really think that would apply? There, if everyone watched everyone else, they should be able to prevent further crimes from both inside and outside. In theory. However, they wouldn't be able to keep it up without any breaks until the typhoon passed. Exactly, though, that's the worst thing. Yeah, that is the opportunity to kill. Once again, their actions left a weak point open, and they were faced with yet another tragedy. Yeah, so when they were trying to take a break, and obviously needing to... Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, Shannon-chan and Kanon-kun went outside on an errand and still haven't come back. And it is interesting to think that Bern Castle's mystery is actually going to abandon any form of nonsense. So that leads me to believe that Shannon and Kanon are actually different people in this.
Yeah,
fair enough, yeah. God, that's awful, yeah. George Nissan got upset, so we all went outside to look for them. We found Shannon-chan lying there in the rose garden. God, seriously though, yeah. God, poor Shannon-chan. But that's really weird, because that obviously indicates that there's somebody from all of the other crimes that has actually been faking their death. So I instinctively want to think Kraus or Natsuhi, because it said in red that, you know, the 6 that were murdered were killed. I think. Well, the only thing is it didn't specifically say it in red. It said that 6 people had died on the first Twilight, so that doesn't necessarily mean 6 people in that room died. So it could be that case that maybe Kraus and Natsuhi did genuinely die, it's just they died on... No, that can't be possible. That can't be. No, that can't be. No. No, I think it's Kraus and Natsuhi. Yeah, I pray she was still alive. Yeah, that's interesting. However, I was forced to acknowledge that she was dead. Of course, I also examined her and confirmed her death. Yeah, interesting. When the 2 of them left, we were busy checking the locks around the guest house. Yeah, that's quite convenient, yeah. But then again, I don't think they could have possibly done it, because look at the distance between the guest house and the rose garden. I think it's definitely somebody beforehand faking their death. But then again though, let's be honest, if nobody actually has an alibi, then you could think that somebody could have somehow done this if they were in really good tricks. And also, they could have moved bodies as well, can't forget about that. Me kill them. Yeah, but that's fair enough, yeah. How could I have killed her? Because of the fact that the mystery abandons the heart. That's how. That's right. Yeah, George Ni-chan couldn't kill her. Yeah, you sound very stressed. Oh, that's brilliant. Yeah. But it doesn't really sound like something Bern would do. Later on, we learned that George Ni-san alone had an alibi. Yeah, but the only thing is, who is the alibi? At the very least, George Ni-san couldn't have possibly killed Shannon. To turn it around. Yeah. What about the alibi that George had, though? I don't get that. Yeah, to turn it around, anyone other than George and Yuki could have killed her. Well, then again, though, an alibi could be somebody just seeing somebody else. It doesn't necessarily mean that they're close to them. To prevent the culprit from using it for any mischief. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, we destroyed the master key Shannon-san had on the spot. Yeah, understandable, yeah. What about Kanon though? I really wonder where he was found, or if he was even found. If Kanon's not actually talked about here, then I'm going to assume that there's some sort of weird disappearance going on. Yeah, that's really interesting. Yeah, at the time Shannon is killed, Kanon goes missing forever. From now on, Kanon is treated as being killed. Oh, I'm surprised. Yeah, at the time Shannon is killed, Kanon goes missing forever. Yeah, that's interesting. So that does actually indicate that, well, if Kanon's actually treated as being killed, even though he's gone missing, then I do wonder why, because obviously his body may have some sort of incrimination on the culprit. But then again, it's impossible to know whether, you know, Kanon's actually a part of Shannon, or Bern is actually abandoning that and, you know, thinking of, like episode 2, Kanon actually going missing for some weird reason. Well, I thought it would be rude, so I kept quiet about it. It is, yeah, but that's what happens when Shannon dies. Yeah, in other words. Yeah, no, I see that. Yeah, in other words, we can interpret this as Shannon and Kanon being killed at the same time, even though we're missing a corpse. That's right. Yeah, interesting. Yeah, seriously though, yeah, it looks like the crimes are moving along. This is the crime of the 4th Twilight. The scene was the Rose Garden. There were no locks. Oh my god, I know, that's the worst thing, yeah. It wasn't a closed room. Yeah, but then again, it was a room that, it was a part where, you know, it was impossible for anyone to get to. Yeah, so the master keys were no longer a factor. But then again, it's good to destroy them. Then the pace of the crimes began to accelerate. Oh, that's interesting. The 5th and 6th Twilight, god, you have them combined. That's how you know somebody is on a killing spree. Everyone took shelter in the guest house. They carefully sealed all doors and windows, locking themselves in a closed room. Yeah, fair enough, yeah. Yeah, it's just funny to think that the culprit is so good that that won't stop them whatsoever. However, several closed room murders had already occurred. Could logging themselves in a closed room do anything more than invite another tragedy? Yeah, seriously though, yeah. It's so weird to think, but that's totally true. Oh, I see. Yeah, after arguing... Oh, God, that must be so unpleasant. Yeah, after arguing fiercely in the cousin room about finding the culprit, they decided that they should double-check Nanjo Kumasawa and Gorda's testimony. Oh, my God! And there they learned that a tragedy had occurred once more. Interesting, Nanjo Kumasawa Goda. Wow, Nanjo's alive, I'm surprised. But then again, we need to confirm his alibi right now. In both Goda-san and Kumasawa-san's cases, such wounds would have resulted in instant death suddenly. Yeah, that's interesting. God, yeah. I wonder what the wounds were. Such a gruesome way to die. Like how they could survive with wounds like this. Yeah. Goda-san and Kumasawa-san are both dead. Yeah, but it didn't work whatsoever because of the fact that the servants were isolated. Well, we have been busy keeping a lookout and locking up and all that. Yeah, that's the tricky thing. Yeah, once again, none of us has an alibi. That's not true. Oh, look. Jesus Christ, they must have been brutally killed. I see that though, yeah. So you've got to look for anybody with different clothes or stains on their clothes. That's not true. Look, if they were killed in that way, the culprit would definitely have gotten blood splatter on themselves. Yeah, that's really interesting. But Dr. Nanjo and all of the other cousins have no blood splatter on them. Well, that doesn't necessarily indicate that, you know, these people aren't actually the people who have done it. It just indicates that they have either some sort of replica of the clothes they're wearing, or it indicates that somebody else is faking death and, you know, they're actually there. But Kanon is meant to be treated as if he's died, so I don't really know. Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, all of us, in other words, the four cousins and Dr. Nanjo, couldn't have killed Goda-san or Kumasawa-san. Yeah. In that case, it's clear that the culprit is someone other than us. Yeah, that's really quite something. Yeah, so that indicates that this person has very big brains, and obviously they know how to plan stuff. I guess that someone might have snuck in, so I checked around, but the guest house was completely locked up, so they were already in there from the start. I mean, let's be honest, if Shannon and Kanon are dead, well, let's be honest here, if you actually go, if you have a culprit, sorry, if you have an associate, and then you make it so that Shannon and... Yeah, that is a good question. Why did Shannon and Kanon actually go out? It's probably to get food, like in episode 3. But, yeah. Do you remember, Shannon's death? Maybe, you know, the culprit actually knew Shannon was going to be killed because they have an associate. And then you go, well, no. That's kind of tricky to think about because this is the really bad thing. They always remember destroying each people's master keys. But then again, I thought Genji's master key was missing, so they could actually use his. Because they counted it as destroyed because of the fact that it was missing, but I don't agree. Perhaps the culprit has a master key after all. That's impossible. Yeah, no master keys exist anymore than except the two people, except the two keys on the two people who lie dead here. Yeah, since the two master keys that exist are here inside the guest house. Well, then again though, I mean, if the keys were destroyed, I wonder if there's somehow some way of getting them back. I think it's unlikely though. Yeah, fair enough, yeah. That makes this guest house a perfect close room. Well, since someone's dead, it obviously wasn't. Yeah, good humour. Yeah, this is a crime of the 5th and 6th Twilights. The scene was a closed room known as the guest house. Yeah, fair. Yeah, that's fair enough, yeah. But then again though, I really do wonder if the culprit has some sort of means of copying the key. I don't know. Goda and Kumasawa's master keys were also destroyed, meaning that all master keys have now been lost. Yeah. Now, no one can break into this closed room guest house. Yeah, fair enough, yeah. At least that should have been the case. Really? What the fuck happened? Okay, yeah, sure. What happened? Yeah, this time Dr. Nanjo was killed. Right. Now, by the way, interesting to think about the lack of red truth we've actually been given here. I do wonder if there's some sort of really important and obvious hint that would be given away with Red Truth. So, i.e., it was those two people, or maybe it was a suicide and then one... It was a joint suicide, or maybe one of them killed the other and suicided themselves. Who knows? I think that could actually be likely. Like, why would they not give us a Red Truth? That's what we've got to think. Or at least in my opinion, that's what we've got to think. Alright, I see. Yeah, that's weird. Yeah. This time, Dr. Nanjo was killed. He died in the entrance hall of the guest house. So, I think what's actually happened is somebody has been in accordance with the culprit. Whoever's broken the master key has definitely got some sort of, you know, means of faking it, I think. It was far too foolish of him to come here alone to check that everything was locked. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. Oh my god, I know. So, I don't really know if that's the case. I think it's just a moved body. Like, why would he do this? Unless the culprit has some sort... Well, wait, we've got to think... It abandons everything about the why done it, so... You know, why would he have a reason? That would be emotional related reasoning. So, I don't really think you could think about that. Yeah. He's dead. Yeah, it's definitely got to be someone in here then. Or it could be the culprit who has actually faked the death and, you know, has killed them here. He's dead, he's been killed. Yeah, even I can say for sure that this is an instant death. But then again, what if George is the culprit and he's actually lying? Or maybe the wounds are so bad that it looks like that's the case, and it can be the case only. Everything is locked up perfectly. How did it happen if it... This is a closed room. Yeah, that's fair enough actually, yeah. That means the culprit is one of us. Impossible. Yeah, that's tricky. Yeah, judging by the circumstances, Maria, Batara, George, Nissan, and I all couldn't have killed Dr. Nanjo. Yeah, that's interesting. That's really weird. No, but then again, this is the worst thing, because steel bars on the window. In the first place, no one could kill Dr. Nanjo inside the guest house. Yeah, that's weird. And look at this. Simply put, this is proof that Dr. Nanjo didn't leave the guest house? That's so weird. That means no one could kill Dr. Nanjo, right? Yeah, seriously, yeah, because obviously he has objectively been killed. Maybe he's actually faking his death, who knows? But then again though, I mean, then again, what's really, really good about, for example, the servants is their wounds are so bad that it looks as if they have been killed. So what if they had some immensely talented fakery? For example, making it so that somebody's torso is actually lying on the ground and their backs are facing upwards. That could be a good way to really fake wounds, because obviously if you put a puddle of blood around yourself and you fake the wound, then people will think because of the blood that it's so bad that they can assume that he's dead, so they won't actually turn him over. So maybe that could give rise to anybody apart from the people in the diner, really. Yeah, that's really tricky. Yeah, so we've actually got proof that he didn't leave the guest house. That's so weird. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. No one can answer that innocent question. Unless he isn't actually dead himself. That was the 7th Twilight. Once again, the crime scene was the closed room known as the guest house. It is a closed room, though, even though it's really quite funny to think that, you know, there are no means of locking or unlocking the doors. But then again, we've got to think about the fact that this killer could be very meticulous. So what I'm thinking is they could have specific keys to the rooms they're actually planning to kill people in. Various bits of evidence made this crime seem even more impossible. Yeah. Then the tragedy reached the 8th Twilight, the final one. Oh boy. What's happened? Oh, what's this song? Sounds cool. Again, sounds like Infant Queen Bee. I think Doesn't it go really hard in the kicks, or am I thinking of a different song? By now, it was clear that holding up wouldn't keep them safe. Yeah, this sounds really nice. I can't remember which one this is. Jessica might have chosen anger as a way to numb her fear. It sounds really good, whatever this is. She flew out of the guest house in a rage. Oh, I got a bad mistake. Yeah, searching for the culprit that surely hid somewhere outside. No, that's interesting. No, but the only thing is I don't really understand how she could have, you know, flown out of the guest house, because I thought that, you know, all of the doors were locked and there were no master keys, so she had... Well, then again, though, I mean, you could just steal gold art and Nanjo and, Lemon, Kumasawa's master keys. Yeah. And you don't necessarily have to take the master key out with you. No, but then again, it's locked from the outside, so I'm sure there could be a way of making it so that she can get out. It is just kind of weird that I just feel it's an inconsistency. George Battler and Maria hurriedly chase after her. Oh my god, that's weird. Yeah, then outside the building they found Jessica lying on the ground. Jesus Christ. Yeah, it was, as anyone could tell at a glance, a gruesome corpse. Yeah. God, seriously though, poor Jessica-chan. She probably died instantly. There's no way anyone could live through this. God, yeah, isn't it interesting how little she's phased? Yeah, the three of us were together the whole time. Yeah, no, I see that. Yeah, George and Yuki, Maria and I couldn't have killed Jessica. So that definitely indicates that somebody's faking their death. Definitely. So, I mean, obviously you'd think Kanon instinctively. Or, the only thing that's worse is it could be Shannon, it could be Kanon, it could be Nanjo and Kumasawa. Heck, it could even be the servants. No, but then again, that's a complete closed room. But they do have keys to sort of avoid the closed room, so it's hard to tell. But then again though, if you think about the fact that the master keys are there, what could have happened is the servants could have actually let somebody in they think they'd trust, and then, so maybe that could actually indicate it was a servant, and then, you know, they could have locked the door like that, and then the servant could have actually hid in the room. If the corpses are really shocking, then it's less likely they're going to look around. The three of us couldn't have killed Jessica. Yeah. Well, she could. This is a mystery that abandons the why done it, so... As if Maria-chan could kill someone. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, Maria-chan couldn't kill anyone. Thanks. George Oni-chan couldn't kill an adult. He could kill a kid? Jesus Christ. That's really weird. Oh, that's actually really odd. I feel like this is actually something really quite important. So a kid, how do you define a kid? Do you define a kid as somebody that hasn't yet reached adulthood? Because then you could think about somebody that's a teenager or somebody that's in their late teens, i.e. Shannon and Kanon. Or you could think maybe... No, I don't know. I think he could actually kill Shannon and Kanon with that logic. I don't know. I don't know though. Or Maria as well, obviously. Can't forget about her. I don't understand it at all. Yeah, seriously. Hopefully that's what we're going to figure out. What the hell is going on here? This is the 8th Twilight. Yeah, the crime scene was outside. Instantly after she's escaped. They chased her as well. That's the worst thing. However, the 3 who chased after Jessica have alibis. Yeah. Yeah, George Battler and Maria couldn't have killed Jessica. No, I mean, obviously Erika is going to join soon, but at the same... Oh, that's going to be really interesting seeing her involvement, but I think it's very unlikely. Yeah, so is there really someone hiding on this island apart from the Ushinomiya family? The curtain is lowered on this tale for now. Yeah, that's really quite something. God. That's all for my tale. Interesting theme. I don't think we've heard this before. Oh, never mind. It's pretty well made. No, I totally see that, yeah. Yeah, if he had a full-on reader, it'd stand up well against Bertol's games. I agree, though. Yeah, he did a good job. No, I say that, yeah, it really, really is hard, yeah. Well, the real work comes from taking this, reading it, and making it worthy of proper Theater. No, I do see what she means. I mean, if something isn't actually worth it to be read, then what is the point? Still, I'm stumped. It does have to be, but I don't agree. Still, I'm stumped. On the face of it, the culprit has to be some mysterious person outside the Ushinomiya family. But then again, though, isn't it really funny to think that you could actually twist this, think the servants aren't actually in the Ushinomiya family, they're in their own families. So could you say the culprit could be some mysterious servant, i.e. Genji? Or, no, not Genji, but, I don't know, could they be an accomplice? I'm very suspicious of Kanon, naturally. Yeah, that's actually really quite good, and that would be the same as acknowledging the existence of a witch. True, yeah, God. We can also suspect the existence of some accomplice aiding the culprit. Yeah, oh my god, I can't believe they're just telling us this. By the way, what's that purple text all about? A new rule. I call them purple statements. It's a rule I made to make the story a bit easy to follow. Oh my god, it's not even doubtful whether they're true or not. Oh shit. Just think of the purple statements as important spoken statements. Jesus. So you don't even know whether they're true or not? Yeah. In other words, you might be able to ignore the spoken statements that aren't purple. Well, that's nice of you. Yeah, fair enough, yeah. No, I don't think so. They're important, they don't have to be reliable. Then are the purple statements as reliable as the red truth? Oh! I'm really surprised. Damn. You can think of the purple statements as having the same power as red truth. Oh. However, there's one exception.
紫の発言で嘘をつくことができるということよ。
Yeah, totally, yeah. However, there's one exception. A culprit can tell lies with verbal statements. Yeah. So you don't even know whether it's true or not. Yeah, I see.
逆に言えば犯人以外は嘘をつけないって
Yeah,
わけ
yeah.
か。
To turn it around, anyone who isn't a culprit can't tell lies.
紫の発言。
Oh, that's so tricky. So you will never ever know what is true and what isn't. Oh, yeah, that's bad. Oh my god. Oh, this is gonna be so fun. Same power as the Red Truther. That's absurd. Public statements. Yeah, seriously though, yeah. These seem to be the key to Lady Berncastle's game.
そうよ。
Yeah, that's right.
私のゲームのルールの前提を説明するわ。
I'll explain the rules. The definition of culprit is one who murders. Ah, yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, so a culprit can't necessarily be anybody who has actually aided the culprit. It's just the person who murders. So that means that the people who are accomplices and haven't actually done murder could potentially be, you know, unable to lie. The definition for a culprit is one who murders. It is possible for a culprit to lie. Oh god, yeah, it's possible for a culprit to lie even before committing murder. Fair, yeah. Characters who are not culprits only speak the truth. Characters who are not culprits may not cooperate with a culprit. What? Really? It's really surprising. So that's interesting because that shows that every single accomplice in this crime has actually committed murder. Jesus Christ. Yeah, a culprit must carry out all murders directly by their own hands. Yeah, I see. A culprit must not die, of course, yeah. Jesus Christ, when is it going to end? A culprit must be among the characters a bit good. Purple statements are as absolute as red truths. Yeah. However, the culprit alone may lie with purple statements. Yeah. That's a god, that's tricky. How so?
犯人の定義は殺人者であるか。
Yeah, the definition of culprit is one who
もっ
murders.
ともな話だぜ。
Makes sense, yeah.
犯人は嘘をつく可能性があ
It's possible for a culprit to
る。こ
lie.
れももっともな話であるぞ。
Seems reasonable enough to. Oh, they're gonna recap every single rule. Good.
殺人以前にも
Yeah,
嘘
I
を
like
つ
that,
け
yeah. It's possible for a culprit to lie even before committing
そ
murder.
りゃそうだろうな。
Yeah, well, no surprises. I
犯
couldn't
人
agree
で
more.
ない人物は真実のみを語
Characters who are not culprits can only speak the truth. Fuck.
る。ありがたい話であるな。
It is convenient, but then again, not when you don't know who isn't the culprit.
犯人でない人物は犯人に協力しない。
Yeah, that's the tricky one. Characters who are not culprits may not cooperate with a culprit, right?
これはつまり口裏を合わせる共犯者がいないということか。
Yeah, so the culprit can't make accomplices to tell lies to match their versions of events.
やられたな。
Damn.
犯人をかばってアリバイを捏造している奴がいると疑ってたんだが。
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, my guess was that someone manufactured an alibi to cover for the culprit. But yeah, that's interesting to think that. But then again, though, I think the time where, well, I mean, honestly, I think the time the first murders was probably the best opportunity to kill without an alibi, but then again, I mean, the second murders were really tricky because they have actually got the alibis sorted. But then again, though, what if there are two people who have killed them, i.e., for example, let's say with Kraus and Natsuhi, one person has killed each of them. Maybe you could think that one person has killed Natsuhi and then, I don't know, Kraus has killed Natsuhi, or the other way around. It's impossible to tell. Yeah, none of that can happen. Ah, too bad. Yeah. A culprit must carry out all murders directly by their own hands. Yeah, fair. In other words, there are no remote or indirect methods of murder, like traps. No, I see that, yeah. A culprit must not die. I see that, yeah. In other words, they cannot commit murder, form a closed room, and then commit suicide inside it. But then again, though, if someone has actually killed and they've been killed and they've committed suicide, that can happen because they're not a culprit. They've just killed themselves. Well, then again, though, are they a culprit because they've killed themselves? Because they have objectively killed someone? I don't know. I don't think it's likely, so I think that could actually be possible. A culprit must not die. In other words, they can't commit murder, form a closed room, and commit suicide inside it. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, does that also mean that dead people can't be culprits? Yeah, seriously though, yeah, that's a simple yet vital piece of information. Yeah, but then again, that indicates that anyone who has actually done murder has done murder before. Because if you fake your death, then you could actually do murder again, I suppose. Yeah, so a culprit actually can't die. Yeah, so that obviously indicates to me that, you know, dead people can't be culprits, sure, but like, oh, then again, that's actually really interesting. So the dead people actually can't be the culprits because of the fact that they have died. Oh my god. Yeah, that's actually really quite tricky. Yeah, so if a culprit must not die, then it doesn't necessarily mean that everyone who has been killed isn't a culprit. So that can actually narrow down the amount a lot. But then you've got to find the whodunit from that, which is going to be a little trickier. Simple yet vital piece of information. Culprit must be among the characters appearing in the story. No, so this isn't about some mysterious stranger who snuck onto the island. Yeah, I see. Yeah. Yeah, the appearing characters are the same old 17 people after Kinzo was removed. I love that. Yeah, no one else appears in the story, so no one else matters. Yeah, purple statements are as absolute as red truths. However, the culprit alone may lie with purple statements. Now here's a troublesome one. Yeah, exactly, because you can be totally deceived. Fair, yeah, it might be the heart of this game. No, I see that, yeah. Because obviously you've got to look at the heart to think about why they would lie. Does that cover all of the game's basic flaws? Oh, that's convenient, yeah. Besides that, I guess there's only the reader will tell no lies. In other words... Fair, good, yeah. Outside of spoken statements, there are no lies in the narration. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, and you'd get the least attention from the actual mystery solving possible. I could have added that stuff if I wanted, but it'd be a pain and make things complicated. No, seriously though, yeah, so you willingly abandon a witch's privileges. Yeah, you seem quite confident.
それでも勝てるつもりなんだろうぜ。
Yeah, I agree. She probably plans to win despite that.
私からは以上で全てよ。
That's all from
これ
me.
以上は何の質問もヒントも出す。
Oh, that's really that's gonna be something that's going to be tricky. Wow. That's gonna be so interesting.
立ち会い人として最後に改めて宣言するわ。
As the observer, I'll
以
claim
上
this
の
once
情報
again.
で犯人が特定できることを保証する。
Oh, yeah, that's good, yeah. I guarantee that it's possible to pinpoint the culprit with this information.
よし、
Okay,
了解した。
got it.
腕が鳴るぞ。
Same, yeah. I can't wait to get
そな
started.
たと共にまた
This is gonna be so interesting, yeah.
読めるとはな。
And this time, Beatrice actually stands a chance, I feel. Unlike episode 5. Can't believe the two of us are gonna take on the same mystery together once more.
ああ、
Yeah.
楽しませてもらおうぜ。
Seriously, I'm looking forward to it. This is a real game between you and me. Yeah, I see that. Yeah, I recommend finding some paper and something to write with. That is if you really intend to find me. Oh, yeah, fair enough. Yeah, if you do get completely stuck, maybe you should listen in on Battler and Baldor's reasoning. We'll have those be hints for when you get absolutely stumped and can't move forward. Oh, yeah, that's understandable, yeah. So I'd rather fight you one-on-one. If you plan to enjoy our little duel... Oh, yeah, fair, then try defeating me by your power alone, without relying on hints. That's what I'm doing at... Oh my god, yeah, that's what I'm doing in my break today. Oh my god. Okay, let's enjoy ourselves, shall we? Enjoy this game I've created, just for you. Okay, yeah, I'll try and solve this in my school break, see if I can get anywhere. I'll come up with a theory next video. Yeah, let's go. Right, okay. You're on! A fight to the death. What the fuck? Ooh! This looks very interesting. Wow. What does this do? Oh, that's really good. Show rules. By the way, I love that you could just entirely ruin the mystery by selecting the culprit. But anyway, yeah, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go now. So, yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this, man. Sorry, I've got to go really, really fast. So, yeah, I'm just instantly going to go. But, this seems so fun, and I'm going to try and solve the mystery at school. So, yeah, I'll see you when we're done. And, yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. And, yeah, well, I certainly enjoyed this, and I think this is going to be a very, very interesting little part here. So, yeah, let's go. See you guys.